Teresa Giudice is back in the headlines.
In legal trouble, Real Housewife of New Jersey Teresa Giudice and her husband Luis Ruelas hit with $3 million in tax liens a decade after Teresa and her ex, Gia Giudice, went to prison for financial crime.
And this time, it's not about table flipping or any housewives' catfights. It's something way more serious. She's been hit with a massive $300,000 tax lien. Yes, you heard that right. The IRS is officially coming for Teresa, and the numbers are wild. Is Teresa back in trouble again? That's the big question. We've seen her go from glam housewife to orange jumpsuit and back again. But just when it seemed like she had her life together, new husband, new house, new season, this huge money problem exploded out of nowhere. Let's break down what's happening, because it's a lot, and it's messy. So here's the tea.
Teresa Giudice and husband Luis Ruelas owe over $3 million in taxes. The Real Housewives of New Jersey star and husband Louis Ruelas owe over $3 million in taxes, E! News confirms.
Teresa has been slapped with a tax lien for exactly $303,089. That's not just a late bill, that's a serious amount of money. But hold on, it gets even juicier. Her husband, Luis Ruelas, has also been hit, and his number? Over $2.6 million in unpaid taxes, plus another $163,000 from just a few months ago. So when you add it all up, they owe more than $3 million in total. That's not just a money issue, that's a full-blown crisis. Like, are they even paying attention to their finances? And the internet is already going wild. Fans are saying this might be the beginning of the end for their luxury lifestyle. Others think it's just another bump in the road for Teresa. But let's be real, this isn't something you can just sweep under the rug. This is major, and honestly, it might be just the beginning of an even bigger storm. Let's rewind a bit, because this whole situation feels like deja vu. Back in 2014, Teresa and her then-husband Gia Giudice were front and center in one of reality TV's biggest scandals. They were charged with multiple counts of fraud, including mail fraud, wire fraud, and bankruptcy fraud. It was messy, it was shocking, and it completely shook the Real Housewives world. Teresa ended up serving 11 months in federal prison, while Gia served 41 months and was later deported to Italy. At the time, it felt like rock bottom for Teresa. When she came out, she promised to turn things around, stay out of trouble, and protect her daughters from more chaos. And honestly, it looked like she was doing it. New house, new husband, new energy. We all thought that chapter was closed, but with this new tax drama, it's hard not to wonder, has she really escaped that old financial curse, or is it all starting again? Now let's talk about Luis Ruelas, Teresa's husband. From the moment they got together, fans have had mixed feelings. Luis came into the picture like this romantic hero, sweeping her off her feet after years of drama with Gia. But the shine wore off quickly. Luis is a businessman, sure, but there have been multiple reports questioning exactly how stable his finances really are. He's been involved in lawsuits, including one where he was accused of not paying back a large credit card debt, and now with over $2.6 million in tax liens, it's not looking great. People online are starting to ask, was he really the financial upgrade Teresa thought he was? Or is her Prince Charming secretly a finance flop? When your new man is bringing in millions of dollars of IRS problems, that fairy tale starts to sound more like a financial nightmare. But wait, Teresa's daughter Gia has entered the chat, and she's not here for the drama. On her podcast, Casual Chaos, Gia spoke out about the tax news and said, "Everything is under control."
My mom has been the sole provider for my sisters and I since the minute my father left for prison. The second my mom got home from jail, she has been working her ass off to make sure that my sisters and I live a stable life and that my family is financially stable. Like, I can't stress enough how much my mom has worked. Everything will be resolved. My mom has everything under control and there's nothing to worry about.
She made it clear that both her mom and Luis are working hard and that people shouldn't believe everything they read. And honestly, we love a supportive daughter. Gia has always stood by her mom, and that's sweet. But at the same time, girl, is it really under control? Because from where we're sitting, it looks like this situation is only getting bigger. Legal experts are already weighing in, and spoiler alert, it's not looking good. According to reports from People magazine and Page 6, this situation is being described as very serious, especially because it involves both state and federal tax issues. One source even said, they must act fast before penalties and interest pile up even higher. What does that mean in plain English? If Teresa and Luis don't pay up soon, the IRS can legally go after their stuff. We're talking cars, bank accounts, even their home. One legal analyst said the IRS could place a levy on their property, and if things get worse, they could even force a sale to collect what's owed. Like, imagine the IRS showing up at your mansion, babe. That's not just embarrassing. That's a full-on Housewives horror story. And now, let's talk about something that's making fans even more nervous. Did you know Teresa and Luis never signed a prenup before getting married? Yep, no prenup at all. Teresa actually admitted it on the show, saying she didn't want to jinx things. But girl, no prenup and millions in taxes? If these two were to split, everything could get way more complicated. Luis's debt could affect Teresa's assets. Her money, her house, even her business could all be dragged into his financial mess. This isn't just about love anymore, it's about legal risk. So here's the next big question. Could Teresa actually lose her house? The one she shares with Luis, that's reportedly worth around $3 million. Well, experts say yes, it's totally possible. If the IRS files a levy, they can legally take the home to help pay down the debt. And let's not forget, this isn't the first time Teresa has faced financial drama involving her house. There have been past reports of liens and late payments going back years. So yeah, the Giudice mansion might not be as safe as it looks on Instagram. Will the Giudice castle crumble? At this point, nothing's off the table. So what happens next? Well, Teresa and Luis might try to set up a payment plan with the IRS or even negotiate a settlement. But if that doesn't work, things could get even scarier, like court dates, frozen bank accounts, or even bankruptcy. Some fans are already buzzing online, saying this could turn into a full-blown legal mess. Others are defending her, saying people make mistakes. But let's be real, when millions are involved, this is no small issue. If they don't act fast, the consequences could hit hard and fast. Now let's talk about Teresa's image. Will Bravo still want her on Real Housewives of New Jersey with all this going on? Some people think the drama could boost ratings. Others say it's just too messy. Then there's her brand, endorsements, appearances, paid partnerships. All of that could be in jeopardy if her name keeps popping up in tax trouble headlines. Will this make her even more iconic? Or damage her legacy forever?